Hi, welcome to Echo Beach Surf Report. I'm Chaz Payson. We don't have a whole lot of surf here today, but we do actually have Bryce Allyn here with us today. He was cool enough to come by and perform a couple songs live in the studio this week. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that and a little bit about what you've been up to.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Thanks. Always good to be here.
So before we talk about how busy you are right now, because you're a busy guy.
Yes, busy.
Let's go back a little bit because your name has come up, you know, in the music scene for a number of years in the area. And were you born here? What's your connection to this area?
No, actually, you know, I am born in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I moved down to the Palm Beach area, actually Jupiter, in 1987. So, you know, I've been here for a while, but, you know, my true roots are I'm a New Englander, you know, the truth be told.
Did you go to school here?
Yes, I did. I attended Jupiter High School, and, you know, I graduated here as well. Mm-hmm.
And is that when you got into start getting into bands and music here?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And you guys, you've always had like a sort of a surf undercurrent to the music?
Yeah, it has. You know, I think it's funny. I think the surf scene and the beach scene kind of connects to the island scene to what has become a reggae vibe for me, you know, and I think Florida had really brought that out in me, you know. I definitely was a rock and roll product for sure, but I think I've been down in the tropics for a little bit now, and it's been taking me to the reggae side, you know, I gotta say.
Now, you've been in a few bands. Now you're doing some solo stuff. But tell us a little bit about the history of what you've done here.
You know, it started with Box Elder in 1995, you know, and I was a young 20-year-old banshee, and it was wild rock and roll, a lot of traveling, you know, and that was a really good time. We probably had about a 10-year run, and, you know, we became a somewhat national band, and sold a lot of albums, recorded some great ones here, and that was really fun. And you know, like all good things, things were just changing for a little bit, and I founded my second band, B-liminal, which great group of musicians. It kind of evolved from the reggae rock sound to a little more reggae sound, you know, just evolving, you know, and that was a great time too. Great run, great albums, fun times, and that really kind of brought me to my, you know, as I get older, I think I've gone from rock, a little bit more reggae, to my solo stuff now, which I go by Bryce Allyn, being my middle name, because I'm serious now, like when my mom used to say, Bryce Allyn, you straighten up. So
I was going to ask you.
That's my whole kind of pun intended behind Bryce Allyn. That was my name when I was, you know, I had to straighten up, you know, when I was young, and after everything I've been through in my adolescence and my 20s, and now it's that time of my life where it's coming full circle, family, and I really have my eye focused on, you know, creating music. I've really become more of a songwriter now, I think, for the time being, and it's very gratifying, and I love it.
For those who are confused and thinking, that's not Bryce Allyn, that's Bryce Rutkowski.
Yeah.
They're one and the same.
Yes.
Yeah. But Rutkowski is a little more wild, a little more crazy.
I'm very proud of the name Rutkowski, but I think for music's sake, this has a fun little, you know, ring to it.
Well, it's more befitting a father.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes. Father of two now, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. How has your songwriting changed now? I mean, when you were with a band, to being a solo and being a dad. And,
you know, it's a great question. Thanks for asking, because I got to tell you. You know, as being predominantly a singer, a little percussion on the side, a little guitar on the side, but, you know, in the bands, the group dynamic was great for me, because I think the music as a whole was bigger, having somebody else take care of all the guitar and somebody else's drum, you know what I mean? I think I could really lend myself to, you know, singing more, and, but I think in a group dynamic, it was tough for me to get it all out. You know, with a group dynamic, you find yourself rehearsing when everybody else can, and you maybe only get it out for a couple hours, 2 nights a week, you know, or at a show here or there. But I really liked what the home life has done for me, because although I'm not in the bus traveling and I'm not, you know, rehearsing with the guys 5 nights a week, I am in a situation where I can play guitar almost every day and get it out. And, you know, I think since I've had my son just 2 years ago, I've probably written, like, you know, 10 songs, where in the band dynamic you might write 10 songs. Me personally, I might write 10 songs in a, you know, much longer span. So I gotta say, I feel like I'm writing more. You know, quality control is to be, you know, decided still, but I feel like I'm writing more songs and I'm getting it more out, being a singer-songwriter, you know.
When you were with, well, B-liminal, and then before B-liminal, Box Elder, obviously, you were always pretty much the primary singer. You were up front holding the microphone.
Yeah,
it was unusual the other night to see you, and you can check this out on EchoBeachSurfReport.com. the performance.
Yeah.
He's playing guitar and
Yeah.
singing at the same time.
Yes.
When you were with the band, though, were you the primary lyricist?
Yeah.
Or
oh,
for
yeah.
the songs that were?
Yeah, you know, like I said, we all kind of had our jobs. So we all had our parts, I should say, not jobs, in the band. So yeah, you know, writing the lyrics and the melody, that's just kind of what was my part. You know, it was my story, and it was delivered the way I wanted to. And the guys were really great about supporting that in both bands. You know, it was really great. And again, you know, much different now that I'm actually playing guitar and singing and trying to juggle it at the same time.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's a different beast.
Yeah, it's way different. It's taken months and months of evolution to still get the courage just when I go out to play acoustic by myself sometimes, you know, without a band. And it's very, you know, it's an eye-opener. It's good. It's just you against the silence there, so.
So over the years, your songwriting, I'm just talk a little bit about the craft of songwriting.
Sure.
Do you start with a melody, an idea, or a lyric? What?
Yeah, you know, well, I have to say, especially now in my little bit of wisdom I've got in life, my music is very conscious. You know, there's got to be a message. There's got to be something behind it that drives me not only to write it, but that sticks it in my head and gives me that fire to go pick at it and bring it to life. You know, so I got to say, I think primarily it's the thought of something I need to get out, an expression, you know, and I think that's what it starts. And then it's kind of like I take that to, you know, the vibe and the mood of how I want to get it out there. Is this a serious issue? Is this a connection issue? Is this, you know, and I think that's where the music starts to take it up. Thus, I think, like I said earlier, why reggae's become the flavor, because it's a very conducive vehicle for conscious music, you know. So yeah, I want to say I start with an idea a lot, and then the idea turns into a couple different phrases, you know, and then how can I bounce this around, make it sound interesting over some chords, you know, and where can I put the harmonies in, which is a newer thing for me because I've always just been the lead vocalist, so the harmonies is really fun. So I really feel like, yeah, I feel like the process is always eclectic a little bit. And, you know, I'm not the kind of guy that sits down in one day and just cranks it out. You know, I might get an idea, might be humming a melody for a day or two with a thought in my head, and then by day 3 I have the chords for it, and then I have the arrangements, you know, and I've learned personally, I think it's always important to have a couple of different variations of the same thing going on in a song, you know, just to keep it fresh. So, you know, I'm a pupil every day, but that's how I've gotten through these last group of songs. That's felt really good, you know, really good for me.
Yeah, when you performed in here in the studio, you had some friends performing with you as well, but there were songs that you had pretty much just been doing by yourself,
That's
and then some other people came in, and
it was great. You know, my favorite thing about that experience was there was no expectations, and we were all musicians of somewhat different backgrounds. Where Sarah is the really great R&B, flashy, I call her like a diva, like singer, because she's great, you know, and Ryan is just Mr. Universal, and he was my drummer in B-liminal. But then Jet, you know, Jet from the ever so popular Sister Hazel, he almost has that country rock feel. So there was no expectations except being friends and having a great time, and I really liked the sound that came out of that. You know, I really enjoyed that. That was something new and fresh for me. You know.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun, and
yeah,
it was cool. It was, you know, this is our inaugural Echo Beach Surf Report, so Bryce really helped us out by coming in and sort of being the guinea pig for this.
Man, thanks for making it possible, because it was a great experience, especially to play with those guys and, you know, have the great audio and video. It's really nice.
Tell us a little bit about what you're up to now. You guys, you've got a lot going on.
Ooh, yeah. Well, you know, it's a full plate. I don't know what's going to, you never know what's going to happen, you know, but as right now, as today, as we speak, we have Box Elder, my first band, doing the decade later reunion, which is going to be really exciting. There's a lot of anticipation. We have people flying in from all over the country to see it, and we've been rehearsing for months and months, and, you know, the machine's just kind of up and running for this show again. I can't say what will happen, if there'll be more shows. This might be it. Yeah,
or can we expect another Box Elder album?
I really can't say at this point. We definitely have songs that we never recorded that were great songs that some we'll be playing at the show, you know. So there's definitely that kind of spark in everyone's mind. It's like, oh, you know, maybe that'll be fun. And you know, my main focus has been the Bryce Allyn stuff, where I just recorded a 3-song demo here with reggae greats Wayne and Brian Jobson and Neil Case, and I'm very proud of that. It sounds very professional, and I feel very honored to feel somewhat embraced by the reggae culture, being that these guys are Grammy Award winners, and the reggae is very authentic. It's very, I just feel blessed to be a part of that, you know. And
what were the songs again? Are those going to ever be available, you think, soon?
Yeah, you know, they will be available. Right now we're just doing the hype thing and just getting out there for people to listen, so they won't be available for download because we're still playing the music game, business game that is. Yeah, Midnight Rider was the great Allman Brothers cover, and we totally redid that reggae style. And that was really fun. I'm proud of that one. And I had another song, The Line, not to recant the Johnny Cash, The Line. It was actually my own version of The Line. And Short Life, which self-explanatory, and that's another almost dancehall track that we did. I guess it's truly soca. But again, so 3 fun tracks, you know, and to be honest with you, I'm writing as many songs as I can on my acoustic, not necessarily reggae, and when I get them, I record them and get them out, because I'm trying to finish the rest of that album. That's my big deal, is trying to finish my solo album, you know, so. You know, we'll see, all in time.
Well, we'll have to get you back in here for another live performance at some point in the future if you've got some more material.
I would love to.
It was a lot of fun, and
great.
Again, you can see those on echobeachreport.com, surfreport.com, or just look for them on Vimeo or YouTube. Probably look up Bryce Allyn, and they'll be stuffed in there somewhere with a bunch of other stuff. So you have to filter through it. But well, this has been Echo Beach Surf Report. Thank you very much, Bryce.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's always good, man. Always good to represent local.
And we'll see you next time.
Bless.